So, Courtney, I think Jaguar is suspicious of allegedly where you came from and how you got to be such a prolific figure so fast within the realm of this. But, I mean, am I right in saying you've got 35 years connection with Diddy, right?
No, I'm not connected to Diddy no type of way. I've never been to his parties.
I completely got wrong the person I'm talking about there, so apologies.
No, he said Tupac. Who that?
Oh, yeah, sorry, with Tupac, but no, I was completely referring to someone else. That was
Jag. Do what you do.
Oh, I will. To the fullest.
Do what you do.
Courtney Burgess, aka TD Snakes. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You wrong on so many levels. Number one, shout out to Jaguar. She served you up on a fucking platter. Courtney Burgess. Courtney PB Burgess. The PB is for power bottle. The PB is for peanut butter. The PB is for powdered booty. You punk bitch. You prepubescent butterflies. Courtney Burgess is wrong. And I'm going to say you're wrong on so many levels. Now check this out. For those who don't know, my baby Jaguar, she served Courtney up. On Sean Atwood's page, channel, it went up today. Everybody was tripping, but I'm going to give y'all the inside. I'm going to give y'all the inside information. This happened kind of just like random. Like, just woke up in the morning and got a call, and it was like, hey, Courtney wants to talk to Jag. And I said, wait, what? Courtney? Courtney Burgess? Papa Smurf? TD Snakes? They like, yeah, he wants to talk. And I said, oh, okay. I hit Jag. She said, yeah, let's set it up. Set it up. A few hours, boom, we in there. And it went real left real quick because Jag was serving. She was serving them up. And it was crazy because it was just like, when I do the playback, and I said, okay, Courtney was kind of there, and he was kind of being respectful for a little bit, but Jag was turned up, and she went in hot, and she wasn't trying to hear the bullshit. But look, for those who own the whole, oh, she came, blah, 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 this and that, she had every reason to be disrespectful. Now, let me let you know something. Working with Black Lives Matter, I do remember working with, shout out to Dr. Melina Abdullah. I'm finna go put my vote in for Dr. Cornell West and Dr. Melina Abdullah.
Congratulations on your run, whether you win or not.
Indeed. But I remember we did a episode not too long ago on Dr. Mutulu Shakur's. They granted him a release from jail because he was pretty much, he was riddled with cancer.
Hold on, who's that?
Dr. Mutulu Shakur is Tupac's stepfather, or just father.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
Now,
I haven't heard that name in years.
Rest in peace to Dr. Shakur. He passed. They did release him. They gave him a they did release him and let him kind of like just pass, go out.
Humane.
Exactly. And that brother put in work. Shout out to him. Shout out to Afeni. Compassion release. And I was glad that they did that. I do remember that. And Black Lives Matter had a lot to do with that. Like I said, shout out to Dr. Mutulu. Shout out to Dr. Abdullah. And yeah. Everybody know you don't play with the Shakur family. I got much respect, much love. It's a picture of me and Mopreme. That's Tupac's brother or stepbrother, however, whatever. That's Tupac's brother. Chopped it up with him on many occasions. Good dude. Got much respect for Mopreme. And
can I say something right quick now that you bring up Mopreme?
Yeah.
Because Mopreme came on Piers Morgan after I did.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, was he right before or right after the apology?
Right after.
Yeah.
Right after the apology.
Right after the apology. And all I could think to myself is, Alex Spiro is the attorney of record.
That's a whole nother conversation.
And it's just freaking me out when I think about it now, because Spiro has to know I'm a Panther.
He knows.
Spiro also has to know that I work with the coordinated effort to protect the memory of Tupac Shakur and to re-embolden the community into believing in one of our most beloved prophetic MCs, you know?
Yeah.
We need to stop calling MCs and call them what they are. They're prophets, you know?
Indeed.
And shout out to all of the living prophets. Shout out to D1.
Indeed.
Shout out to Lecrae.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, of course, to Kendrick Lamar.
Hey, shout out to Cambada.
Yeah.
Because that's another one. And yeah, these MCs, let's give them what they really are. They're prophets. And we need to be listening.
But our prophets have been being persecuted in real time, and people have been collecting large amounts of money from the insurance policy put on our prophet's life. And as it says in the Bible, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm.
Shout out to John Potash. He wrote a book, The FBI War on Tupac Shakur and Other Black Leaders. Got to do a review on that book. And I got to go get that book, and it's in my library.
Before we get too sidetracked, you were saying about Tupac's dad, his book, something about the book?
Okay, so Dr. Mutulu Shakur, may he rest in peace. He had a fictional book called Into the Gutta. He wrote it. Courtney Burgess, aka TD Snakes, stole Dr.
Snakes.
What?
Snakes.
I'm gonna call that mother TD Snakes. Because he stole Dr. Mutulu Shakur's book Into the Gutta from his family. Courtney Burgess was supposed to look for a publishing deal, but he self-published it. He self-published the book. It's online. I'm not going to give the link, but he self-published the book. Mopreme can vouch for it. I'm going to talk to Mopreme about that.
Did any of the proceeds of what he sold so far go to the family at all? Or
nope. And he didn't have permission to publish it.
Okay.
And Jamal T. Milwood. Now see, Jag. The white boy didn't use Jamal T. Milwood. That was Courtney
that used it. And then
yep.
he assumed it.
Well,
when he put out his re-edited version.
Yeah. So Jamal T. Wood is a character in Dr. Mutulu Shakur's book.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and that book is saying that Tupac is playing as a lawyer and is still alive. Now, Courtney Burgess has no rights to anything that Pac had put out there. He has no rights to anything Pac related, and is a con artist. And this is coming from someone who hit me up, Miss Brinkley. Shout out to Miss Brinkley. She shot me this info.
But this is the thing. If he ran afoul of Tupac's father's book about Pac in a fictional form, but really speaking to the heart of what the issue was and why he was such a threat, you know?
Yeah.
As an artist, for him to say that Pac was his friend and then exploit that and then come back with these keyboard files and then say with me today that he's doing all of this for Tupac, that there's an obsession here. I'm starting to believe there's an obsession here.
He's a possible erotomaniac. But look at this. He's tied in with Spiro.
I know.
And Spiro took on the case for what? Who? Tupac's murder.
Yeah.
And you just went on and you just popped Mitchell Kidd.
Yeah.
Everybody start paying attention. Y'all see the play?
When it gets to the point where all of the feet involved are tripping over each other, something's wrong. But you got to pay attention to the people whose shoelaces are tied together. Because those are usually the ones that fall first.
Now check this out. TD Snakes threatened you. And that's where he fucked up. Now, he made the little rock sign, the little pyramid signal or whatever that is. I don't know if it's a Masonic thing. I don't know if he's probably not a Rosicrucian. Maybe he's a Prince Hall.
So telling? You want to know what's telling about that?
What's that?
It was what was being said at the moment he put his hands up and flashed that at the bottom of the screen.
Exactly.
He said, Jag, do what you do. And then flashed the symbol.
Yeah.
While I said, to the fullest.
To the fullest.
I'm going to do it to the fullest.
To the fullest. Now, Courtney. Exclusive, y'all. We're going to do a part 2. Because we got some digging to do. I got some calls to make. I'm getting on the phone with Mopreme. I'm going to get on the phone with Atron Gregory. Because Atron Gregory was Pac's first manager from the beginning, up until the time he got with Death Row.
Then he should have ran into Courtney, because Courtney said he's been there since Baltimore and New York. Even though he said the city's in the wrong.
Yeah, in the wrong order. He said New York, then Baltimore, then Cali. It was the other way.
Actually, no, he said Baltimore, New York.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that's funny, because Pac lived in different regions at different times of his life. But he said Cali. Anybody who knew Pac knew when he first came to Cali, he went to Oakland. He would have said
Oakland first.
You said Baltimore, you said New York, but you didn't say Oakland. And it's wild because was it Oakland or was it Stockton where they just named the street after Pac?
I believe it was Oakland.
Yeah, back in Oakland for Juneteenth, wasn't it? Around that time.
I believe so.
So for someone who's supposed to be his friend, all I asked is, what is your last in-person memory with Pac?
And he couldn't even answer.
Couldn't say it.
Couldn't answer. I got.
Matter of fact, after I said that, he went on mute for a second and came back and said he couldn't say anything else. He couldn't respond.
Oh, legally he couldn't respond. Right.
How can't you respond to how you know Pac legally?
Now,
what does that have to do with anything legal?
Courtney Burgess made a lot of money off of Mutulu Shakur, and you didn't give anything to the Shakur family.
Oh, sidebar. While he's talking about how all of the funds from Amazon are frozen for the copies of the book that he sold up until now, you want to know what probably wasn't frozen? All of the copies of the unedited book that he sold on eBay.
Yeah. Courtney Burgess, you know you're wrong. People are asking, how can we sue? That's why I'm going to get on the phone with Atron Gregory. That's why I'm going to get on the phone with Mopreme. He has no rights to the book. Y'all look it up. It's called N, like the letter N, the number 2, the Gutter. Mutulu Shakur wrote that in jail. Courtney Burgess under the, what was the name of that site? Well, I don't want to name the site, but like I said, if y'all look it up.
Yeah, we don't want him to think that we're attacking.
This guy plagiarized that shit. I'm starting to believe he's a fan. He's a Narado maniac. That's what I'm starting to believe. He's someone who has to be friends with someone of a higher status, like a celebrity, and tie their life to theirs. It could be like a romantic situation, or we buddy best friends, but it's all cap.
Yeah, but how you gonna sit there and call Tupac a friend and then that with one of his closest and dearest friends.
Yeah.
And if you were there in New York, that meant you would have been there around the same time that Juice was being filmed.
Right.
And guess what? Meech was with Pac on that film. Meech helped write the score music for the movie Juice. That was New York. That was his time in New York after he left Baltimore.
Yeah.
How don't you know Meech?
Yeah. That's interesting.
If you were there, how don't you know Meech? This is the same man that produced Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah.
He's also the same
Actually,
man
he
who was an
toss
associate.
It up.
Toss it up. I mean, toss it up.
Toss it up. But he's also the man that what?
He's also the man that worked on Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
With Kanye West.
Yeah. Hey.
And the Jigga Man.
We'll dive deep into that.
This is the thing. All of us have this great history. Why can't Courtney Burgess remember any of his?
He had a hard time, but guess what? I got a bunch of people that got very good memory. Shout out to Adrian Gregory. Shout out to Mopreme. Shout out to Dr. Molina. Shout out to Ben Caldwell, the OG who started Project Blow.
And shout out to Demetrius Ships.
And shout out to Big Meech. We gonna wrap this whole thing up. We got another situation where Courtney kind of wants to.
He say he want to sit down with me again.
And we're gonna allow it. But guess what? We're not allowing any disrespect. We're not allowing any of the bullshit. Courtney Burgess, aka TD Snakes. You know you're wrong. And we're not gonna slide with the BS. You already know. So I just wanted y'all to know a little back inside information. I ain't gonna talk about who else I need to go talk to, because that's just private. But overall, exactly. I just
litigious.
Well, yeah, we got homework to do, because thing is, and like I said, look, the funny thing is I'm a West Coast dude, but I wasn't a super fan of Pac. That's crazy, right?
Guess what? Neither was I until he died.
Well, the thing is this.
Do you know when I for abandoning the East Coast to go to the
Yeah, because he was
West?
supposed to be called MC New York.
They had everyone so confused. All of the disinformation. And that this one's sleeping with this one girl. And this one might be pregnant with this one's baby. And this one did this. They kept us so confused and hopped up with the gossip. We missed what was important. That we were losing one of the greatest of our time. Who really did not just forge roads, but create the possibility for young black men to be millionaires legitimately.
Yeah.
Without having to do the street stuff. And everything that he was going to do before his life was taken. We all got robbed of how real that was until he was gone. And when I saw my little cousin go out in Philly and get the Thug Life tattoo across his stomach, crying, playing Hail Mary, it hit me. Wow.
Yeah, 6 months after, that's when I figured it out. Because, no, I love the Thug Life album. My Jewish homie gave me that. Shout out to Ariel, the homie. And then I went and got All Eyes on Me. And, I mean, no. Actually, I got Me Against the World.
Okay.
Then
I started studying Machiavelli.
You know, after Machiavelli.
About 4 months after he passed away, I got my hands on the double CD full set.
No. Machiavelli was the
No, there was a.
You mean the All Eyes on Me? That was a double album
version too.
Of Machiavelli?
Yes, there was.
Oh, see how much I'm sleeping.
No, it wasn't pushed very heavy, but all of the distributors, they had it, and it had all of the records included from the stuff that he recorded in jail. and it was out for a limited time. And then it was like 36 tracks on that film.
Wow.
And they pulled it. But there were some like record pools that had it. I was able to sell that whole for $150 a pop. But I started studying it and listening to it every day. And then that's when I started hearing the messages, the embedded messages, the coding, the warnings, the honesty, the realness. And I'm like, he was only 25. What if this had been come by the time they literally shut his water off in the yard?
Malcolm X made it to 39, I think. I'm 39. Martin Luther King made it to 39. Pac and Big only made it to 25. Just imagine how impactful they would have gone if, and I'm going to put it on the United States government, shorten their lives.
We can't even talk about the 27 club. And if we even start bringing up Sam Cooke, this is going to go to a home.
Yeah, but that's what we're here for. We're going to drop little nuggets, and we know what time it is. But I just mentioned that I wasn't a Pac fan. Not saying I didn't like Pac, because like I told you, I had Thug Life.
Everyone liked Pac.
I fucked with Pac.
We all loved the records, but we didn't fall in love with what his life meant until it was done. And that's the sad part about it, because they put us in instant shock. And we were so busy focusing on what we lost, we didn't see what they were stealing.
And I'm going to tell you one thing, it was a psyop, because
Absolutely.
The young revolutionaries I knew, whether you were gangbang rap or whether you were... They got scared. Exactly. They got scared. It scared a lot. I remember...
Do you remember that interview that Kendrick did with Pac at the end of To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah.
And he pulled that old sound bite from Pac when he starts talking about Nat Turner and the revolution.
Yeah.
And the feasting on the rich. And when desperation gets so tight, but he kept saying, look around. You don't see any loudmouth black men over the age of 30 anymore.
Exactly.
Because they beat it out you.
Exactly.
They scare it out
exactly.
you. He said, that's why it's up to us to not be afraid. He was tapping in to unlocking the power of our communities again. And that would have been a crucial time, because if Pac had been here, who knows which way the destruction of our crack-addicted communities would have went.
Yeah.
See, people keep forgetting Pac's mom. She had a problem at one time. Everyone loves Dear Mama because of the honesty that he gave and the love that he gave, because he was sitting there acknowledging the community, the world. He did this to our family. She, bad choice or not, is still my mother. I see who she is through all of this. Never forget how beautiful your mama is, despite what happens in this world. And that's why Dear Mama rings so true, I think, for so many people. But think about this. If Pac had lived with his community activism, he might have been able to put a damper with just good community morale and how crack was allowed to ravage all of our communities. There wouldn't have been a more fearless leader to fight against that, because he wouldn't have wanted to see new generations. But guess what? He was gone. And all anybody talked about after that was what? Sex, drugs, guns.
Think about who took over after he went away. Puffy. Puffy pretty much took over.
And then the Jigga Man was placed in the high seat. Exactly. You don't remember that time when Diddy and Jigga was talking online, and Diddy was thanking Jigga for saving the culture because they had just lost Biggie and Tupac, and he was the only one that could fill those shoes to make up for the void. And what would we have done without you? That's what Diddy said. No one could ever fill Tupac's shoes. No one can ever fill Biggie's shoes.
Never.
But one man that was struggling to keep up with both of those men could never be able to fill both of those shoes at the same time. Which means in order for that concept to take root, someone had to cultivate it because it wasn't real.
All right, y'all. We're going to have a part 2. It was. We're going to have a part 2. Because, yeah, be ready for the part 2 for Courtney Burgess. And,
Exposed.
Jag is we're gonna do something on her Patreon. So, I know. But on the Patreon side of the game, sign up to her Patreon. What we're gonna do is ask specific questions. You could ask specific questions to Mr. Burgess. Yeah, because Mr. Burgess, you're wrong. You're wrong. The last thing I'm gonna say is you made a lot of money off of Tupac Shakur's book. Didn't give money to the Shakur family. A cease and desist from Tupac Estate. It been issued to you, but you refused to stop selling Dr. Mutulu Shakur's book. I'm going to reach out to BLM. I'm going to reach out to the Shakur family. I'm going to reach out to everybody. We're going to see what we can do. You have no rights to that book. That book needs to go to the Shakur family. Mr. T Snakes, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong, bro. Be ready though, because we're gonna just posse up part 2. I'm gonna talk to some OGs and we're gonna get this thing popping. All right.